I'm originally from Tanzania. We stay in a refugee camp where my little brother was born there, in a family of four sisters, one older brother, and me and my younger brother. After that, we had an opportunity to come over to Des Moines through the Lutheran services, where we arrived on the south side of Des Moines. So living on the south side of Des Moines, I was kind of like new. I didn't know where most of my friends would be. A lot of like the people that I got to connect with were more of like the students that I made through my classrooms. Then there's really not much to do. It's either go to school, come back home, hang out with my siblings. I was walking around with my friend, and we were walking by the Hicknick Road, where I saw a sign that said Freedom for Youth, and he told me that he also goes there and does different workshops there. So we decided to go and take a visit, and that's where I met Mark and Katie and Maxwell and like all the other leaders that have been there throughout the years. One of the things that Freedom for Youth offers is mentorship with different leaders within the community. So I was partnered with Dr. Dave Stab, who to this day still influences some of the decisions that I made and has like impacted me tremendously. At the time when I got to Freedom for Youth, I was a shy, quiet person who I like to do a lot of things. I just did what I was told and when I was told, and like that was it, to the extent of like my involvement.
I was involved with Imani in the early days when he was just a quiet kid in the background. He didn't stand out, he didn't have any particular skills, he had a lot of difficulties. The first thing was in school he was doing poorly and he had a reading problem. I helped him get a reading test from a friend at church and assessed that he was reading at about the 3rd or 4th grade level. So I found some reading and materials at that level, and we would meet, in addition to Bible studies and character related things, we'd talk about these books. And over time, he slowly improved, and eventually he found that he had a lot of ability with math.
He got me to start reading books, something that I didn't like at the time, but like now as like a senior in aerospace, we're reading books every other day.
He began to develop discipline and study habits, and he became much more skilled in his subjects in high school.
Right here, Iowa State, I'm majoring in aerospace engineering and a minor in business. So yeah, right now I'm taking 9 credits, so it's like the last semester before I get out of here. So yeah, so it's exciting, but it's also kind of pushes me to finish strong and get ready for the career.
I saw him, and he had the notebook from one of his first semesters at Iowa State University in the aerospace program. And of course, the first thing they started off with was the physics of the airplane wing. Flat on the bottom, round on the top. The math was incredible. It just immediately was a very advanced math. That's page 1 of his notebook. And he flipped through pages and pages of the physics and math. And it was just like, I cannot believe this is the kid who 5 years ago could hardly read. And now he's in this class doing well in aerospace. It was a tremendous blessing to be involved in that.
Right now, I just completed my 5th internship with Collins Aerospace, and I have gotten 4 different offers to go back and start a full-time position. I got connected to Collins because my friend Jeremy connected me to my principal, who connected me to the governor, who ended up connecting me to the CEO of Collins. So like it's been like this grand scheme of things where in like my journey to like where I am here goes back to like some of the opportunities that I had from Freedom for Youth and the connections and the networks that have brought me to like my current position.
I see in Imani now a young man who is going to be involved in his church his whole life. He's going to be raise a family that will honor the Lord and be a great co-worker and colleague. He's not finished developing his skills. He may be in a position to teach. He may be a leader. He may be an innovator, discovery person. And it's not over. He's a kid in college right now, and that's what I see him doing in the future.
Freedom for Youth and the work that they do in the community, it's what definitely has impacted me tremendously. From like Dr. Dave volunteering his time. There's other people out there in the community whom I never get to interface with, but they also like help Freedom for Youth financially. That simple acts, such as that, helped me at the time tremendously, and it still helps the students who are currently there. I still go back there, and now as a senior, and like I still remember the good times, and I still want to be a part of that. It's like right now I'm in school, so I'm not able to participate to a larger degree than I used to, but like it's just still like a great joy to go back and see the transformation that's happening at Freedom for Youth.